It's Week 9 of the National Football League. And this one features the Saints' rocket arm quarterback. He comes in 5th in passing touchdowns so far. It's the Saints and the Rams. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scotts alongside Brock Heward. And Brock, now that we're into the November portion of our season, we've got a pretty good picture of who both of these teams, at least who we expect these teams to be from here on out.
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. They're through the opening rounds if this is a boxing match, right? In this season-long fight. Early issues been worked through, or at least you hope so. And this is where they have to be in that groove as we push through the heart of the season. Any team with hopes beyond Week 18, they got to be figured out. They figure out who they are and what they are right now. Their biggest strengths and their most glaring weaknesses. In this game, it's about emphasizing those strengths, hiding those weaknesses, and playing some winning football.
To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. Leading them out, someone we're all very excited to watch. It's the rookie out of Alabama.
You know what I like, Kate? I like that even though he got burned a couple times last week, had the interceptions, he didn't let that throw him off his game or make him gun-shy to keep pushing the ball down the field. And look what that mindset got him as a result. 3 touchdowns, and much more importantly, a win.
Here's a give up the middle. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. He'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 41. Jump off caught by his back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to the air here. He's got Shaheed. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on down. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Stafford to the air to start us off. Has him on the quick hitter. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call.
Roughing a kicker. defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. The Saints and their running back about to get back to work. And he is the NFL leader in rushing yards as we work through November. He's hoping an excellent season can continue as such here. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 48. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
This is complete to Olave. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Another carry for him. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Stop made by Braden Fisk. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Throwing from the gun here. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They fake the handoff now. Stafford. To the left and hauled in by Likely. Breaks through and he might break away. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. His pass caught. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. All set up now for 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, You make this third down a near impossibility.
Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. The Rams are set to punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. He'll throw it from his own end zone. Escapes out to the left. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you've got a bully like him that creates space, just find a way to get him the ball.
6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Back-to-back carries here. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And he's able to cross midfield before going out. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Blown back, gets the handoff. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. Halfway there on first. Second and 5. They go play action here. Catches made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 3 now. Throwing from the gun. And no one had a shot at that. It's at the back of the end zone, incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Rolling out to his left. And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints get some late points and the lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
And things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints push their lead to 3. is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams and receiver Puka Nacua back out to take possession. And as this season progresses, he's been a steady producer for this offense, leading the league in receptions to this point. On first down, here's Stafford. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They get 22 on that one. And the Rams are going to have a first down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Stafford now on first down. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Caught, Cooper Kupp makes the play. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Now Stafford again. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. Looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up. Shotgun snap to Stafford. That's taken in by Kupp. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. To throw, Stafford. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. A 27-yard look here. Slides kick is up and good. And that's going to tie us up just before halftime.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. He's back to throw. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. So halftime has to wait one more snap. That pass interference call means we've got an untimed down coming up. McIntyre's kick is good. And they've taken back the lead. So we're at halftime here in beautiful New Orleans. And it's the Saints who've got the lead as we head to the break. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was the visiting Raiders who were able to come away with the road win. Anthony Richardson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Brock Purdy with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
All right.